Queensland has replaced New South Wales as the most optimistic state for residential property, but growth expectations have softened, placing greater pressure on our major banks. SBS Finance editor Ricardo Goncalves joins us now. And Ricardo, it comes as another one of the big four posted record profits.
Anton, ANZ has managed to scrape in a record full-year cash profit of $7.2 billion, up 1%. Growth is slowing, dividends are flat, and its outgoing CEO has warned of numerous headwinds. It's Mike Smith's final results presentation after 8 years as Chief Executive.
We have transformed ANZ.
His strategy was to push into Asia, which now, along with Europe and America, make up 1/5 of the bank's revenue. But the weaker exchange rate and market volatility has hindered growth.
Obviously, we have work to do.
Locally, deposits and loans are up, but not enough to deliver on earlier promises.
One of the targets ANZ has been aiming for is a return on equity or performance target of 16%. Now, Mike Smith today said that's a bridge too far.
Lower economic growth, intense competition, the fall in commodity prices, and the growing cost of regulation are all creating headwinds.
That growing cost of regulation, namely APRA's requirement for the banks to hold more capital, has seen the Big Four lift mortgage rates independent of the Reserve Bank. It'll place more pressure on borrowers and the banks as they battle for business at a time when the housing market is starting to slow. NAB says house price growth next year is expected to ease to 1.5% nationally. There'll be losses in the west, while Queensland is predicted to outperform in the east.
If you look supply-demand, Brisbane in particular is the most undersupplied capital city.
Rents are also forecast to grow the most in the Sunshine State. Foreign buyers were more prominent in the 3 months to September, increasing their share to almost 16% of new homes. They're most active in Victoria at more than 25%. Alan Oster says in the short term that demand is helping to pick up the slack in the economy from the slowdown in the mining sector. But
if the foreigners suddenly decide to sell, there's clearly too many apartments for the local markets.
He expects the Reserve Bank will keep interest rates on hold next week. And ANZ shares fell 2% at the close. It was down along with the broader market. The 200 gave up 1 1/3%.